Hello and welcome back to another video. In the last video we talked about how to use AWS Amplify to deploy the site. So if you go to the main site, you'll see that it is identical to the local one. What we're going to do now is to try to remove these script tags. I had to use defer in order to get them to essentially no longer have an issue. I don't really want to do that going forward. I want to use Next.js for Next.js. So if we look at if we go bottom up, this is just jQuery. Okay, we don't really need jQuery. Minimalize is, I think, a file that I reused. Materialized.js down here, and then there's a material.js min and a material.js not min. I don't know why I have both of those, and then I just have straight material.js. So we're going to try to fix this. The first one I'm going to do is update this site. So this URL, if I go to it, just gives you a link to the resume. Yes, this could just be another link in here, but I have it as an API call. I could also just do an API call and grab this information. I don't know which route I'm going to go. For right now, I'm going to keep them separate. I may go back at a later date and fix that. So right now, if I go to, let's see, this is 2022 one. We go into inspect. If I go Control F, 2022 one. It was one of two places. Okay. One says opens Android resume in a new tab, lowercase. The other one says uppercase. If I go to the navigation section, nav. Yep, that's it. Lowercase, uppercase. So I'm just using it in this nav section. I did split out nav element to its own interior section. So I'm going to go to regular nav, and I'm going to add some logic here. So I'm going to copy this and then I want to, I could use fetch, I could use Axios to make this kind of call. Let's see. By default, I want to say this is a server-side component. If I say use layout page, yeah, this would be client's server-side by default, I believe, based on what I've seen. With Next.js, you can either have it render server-side or client-side or a mix of both. If I'm not mistaken, this would be server-side. And then it forwards you this information. This API is special in that, for undisclosed reasons, it would need to know the client itself because it has special logic on what it returns depending on what the client is. I'm not going to go into what details on how that works. I'm just going to say it returns special things depending on the client. So I think if I just go use client up here, and then I can go const fetch. Let's see. How did I do a fetch? I normally use Axios for the record. And I don't quite remember everything. Let me think. By the way, I hate using fetch. And I'm going to show you why. So const response. Actually, I need to go API response equals await fetch using the URL. And then it needed to be const JSON result equals await API response dot JSON. Otherwise, you're not going to get the actual information you're looking for. And then I need, let's just do resume for right now. Const resume equals JSON response. If I look at it, it's portfolio resume dot portfolio resume. This will work. Why is top level await work? Why am I not getting an error for top level await? I don't know. I really don't. We'll see if it works though. So I'm going to, so this looks like it's a default resume. Resume. Again, I will fix this part when I move on to the Tailwind section. Yeah. Let's see if that works. I would be super shocked if it did. npm run dev. There's no way this is going to work. I've promised that resolves to undefined. console.log API response. this is what you get back. So even though I said client, it's still using the it's not respecting that. Use client. No, I did use client correctly. Let's do Next.js, make an API call. Okay. So let's actually make let's copy this stuff because it's being rendered in the client in the server right now. Export. I might have to use a use state hook for this. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to have to use a use state hook. So it would be what's use state? Const this resume set resume, I believe, use state, and then we have what's the default value, import okay, that worked. And then I need to do what's the next one? This is all coming from memory, by the way, because I should know this. Let's see. Hmm. I think it's used effect. And then I would do async, and then it is what triggers it, causes it to refresh, and then actually no, I can't. Maybe I can use async here. We'll see. And then I would want to do basically copy this whole block. So API response, console log out that, and then say set resume to be test, and then this would be the resume variable for there and there. Okay, destroy is not a function. Destroy is not a function. If I did async, if I did this, would that work? Okay, refresh. Okay. Point extra attributes from server data tooltip ID. I don't know what that is. But I'm getting my response now here, which is what I want. If I come here, I should say test, and I do. So then if I set this to be that, let's still test. Let me refresh this. That's what I expected. This says should have a key prompt. Extra attributes from server data tooltip ID. No clue. But it's working for the most part. Check the top level render call using, I don't know what that error is, but this okay, that fixes that issue. If I would go back here, Oh, I still need this part. What is scroll spy? Get rid of the old. Okay. So this is saying that okay, so scroll spy is a bootstrap feature. So I'm using a combination of jQuery and bootstrap. Okay, so it just jumps to that. Might need a link with anchor tags. Yeah, it says for the class scroll spry. Do anything in the navigation section? I jump to that class, so if I have the about, class name is that. Let me see what happens if I get rid of scroll spray. What happens? If I go to my actual website. Oh. Okay. So scroll spray cause a scrolling effect. Okay. There's a scroll spy plugin. Is there a scrolling behavior? And so it's not built into type Tailwind. Okay. So I technically don't need it. It just makes it look nicer. Yeah. It's not as easy as it was before, it seems. And so initially it's collapsible button. What collapsible button? Oh, that's this gets replaced by Tailwind. The other one gets replaced by, I think, different JavaScript. But that's no fun. Let's see. And I will need to figure out those two before I can get rid of materialized, I think. If I refresh this. Yep, I still scroll. If I get rid of this one, does it still work? Yep. Do I use materialized anywhere else? Or was it a thing that I used to use that I no longer use? So I use materialized CSS. Yep, this is the version I was on. Ugh. Let me update what I had. I don't know if I'm really using materialize anymore. If I get rid of this, does thing still work? I think so. I don't have date pickers. I don't have anything fancy. So then if I go to the CSS section, okay, now we're getting into things that I actually used. Okay. Huh. So my whole navigation section changed. Okay. So I'm going to need to figure out how to fix that. Font awesome. Yep, I'm using those icons. And then this is the style sheet that I'm currently using, which contains all of this fun stuff. Okay. I'm going to have to replace all of this with Tailwind. And then come back, fix these two with a combination of Tailwind and JavaScript. Once that's done, I can remove this. I'll keep that commented out. If you heard like a little tune in the background, that was my washing machine. It just finished. Yeah. I think this nav section was really all I could do right now. Jeez. Okay. So yeah, I think we have a game plan. In next video, we'll tackle Tailwind and try to get some of these style sheets removed. And then once that's done, I can come back in here, erase this, and then I just need to replicate scroll sprite, which may be a whole nother video in itself. I don't know yet. Yeah, so next video, Tailwind. Video after that might be scroll spy. And then the video after that would just be fixing the warnings, I think. And then I think we, and then the nav element section, the navigation section is part of the Tailwind fixes. And then I think we got everything working and this project will come to a conclusion. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, sorry this video wasn't much, but I think we learned a lot. And I think we have a game plan. Tune in for the next video. Have a great day, and bye.